Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my humble obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Before reciting Srimad Bhagvatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Srimad Bhagvatam. Nashcha prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagvatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. So we are reading Canto 7, Chapter 5 of Srimad Bhagvatam. Prahlad Maharaj, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu. So the discussion is going on between the teachers, Sanda and Amarka, who said to Prahlad that you are like axe, you are like thorn in the forest of sandalwood, comparing the demons to be like sandalwoods and Prahlad to be like thorn. Let's read the next verse, text number 18. Iti tam vividhopayer bhishyam starjanadibhihi praharadam grihayam asha trivargasyopa papadanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sanda and Amarka, the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj, chastised and threatened their disciple in various ways, and began teaching him about the paths of religion, economic development, and sense gratification. This is the way they educated him. Purport. In this verse, the words praradam, grihayam, asha are important. The words grihayam, asa, literally grihayam asha, literally mean that they tried to induce Prahlad Maharaj to accept the paths of dharma, artha, and kama, religion, economic development, and sense gratification. People are generally preoccupied with these three concerns without interest in the path of liberation. Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlad Maharaj, was simply interested in gold and sense enjoyment. The words Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu refers to soft cushions and bedding on which people enjoy sense gratification. The words Prahlad, however, refer to one who is always joyful in understanding Brahman. Brahma Bhuta prannatma. Prahlad means prasanna atma. Prasanna atma. Always joyful. Prahlad was always joyful in worshipping the Lord, but in accordance with the instructions of Hiranyakashipu, the teachers were interested in teaching him about material things. Materialistic persons think that the path of religion is meant for improving their material conditions. The materialist goes to a temple to worship many varieties of demigods, just to receive some benediction to improve his personal material life. He goes to a sadhu or so-called swami to take advantage of an easy method for achieving material opulence. In the name of religion, the so-called sadhus tried to satisfy the senses of the materialists by showing them shortcuts to material opulence. Sometimes they give some talisman or blessing. Sometimes they attract materialistic persons by producing gold. Then they declare themselves God, and foolish materialists are attracted to them for economic development. As a result of this process of cheating, others are reluctant to accept a religious process, and instead they advise people in general to work for material advancement. This is going on all over the world, not only now but since time immemorial. No one is interested in moksha. These are four principles: dharma, religion; artha, economic development; kama, sense gratification; and moksha, liberation. People accept religion to become materially opulent. And why should one be materially opulent? For sense gratification. Thus people prefer these three margas, the three different paths of materialistic life. No one is interested in liberation and Bhagavad Bhakti, devotional service to the Lord, and is above even liberation. Therefore, the process of devotional service, Krishna consciousness, is extremely difficult to understand. This will be explained later by Prahlad Maharaj. The teachers, Sanda and Amarka, tried to induce Prahlad Maharaj to accept the materialistic way of life, but actually their attempt was a failure. So, very nice verse. Sanda and Amarka are trying their best because they know otherwise their job will be in problem, because Hiranyakashipu has told them, what are you teaching him? I asked him what is the best thing, and he's telling me that you are attached to body and home, grihamanda kupam, go to forest and worship Krishna. What are you teaching? Or if someone else is polluting, teach him dharma, artha, kama. How to enjoy, how to, kill others, how to be a better politician, etc. Because he has to be the future king. And Prabhupada is mentioning the whole society. The focus nowadays is what? How to get a better job, how to get a better wife or husband, how to get a good car, how to get a good home, how to enjoy more, which movie to watch, which holiday package to take, which cruise line to go. All the conversations are centered around Hiranyakashipu, gold and sense gratification. And as a result, there is no joy, because we have forgotten Krishna consciousness. We have forgotten the process which gives all joy. And Prahlad Maharaj means fully joyful, completely satisfied, peaceful, even in the midst of such turbulent situations. And therefore, nowadays people are very tense, ordinary people, but devotees are still continuing their chanting, reading, hearing. There is some anxiety which will always be there. But the point is that Krishna consciousness can never be stopped because of any material things. These things will continue to come and go. But Prahlad Maharaj is always joyful. But material society, the focus is on sense enjoyment. Dharma also is hardly left. By hook or crook, earn money. That is the only dharma. Make more money, enjoy more. So only artha and kama is left. And artha also is for one purpose only, to enjoy kama. So in short, there is hardly any dharma. Artha also is completely focused around kama or lust to enjoy anything, whether it is opposite sex, or whether it is some casino, or it could be anything. It's wine, meat eating. It could be any desire which is not conducive to bhakti. So dharma is pretty much lost. The focus is kama and artha. And what to talk about liberation, moksha? No one even talks about it. What to speak of the pancham purushartha? These are the four purushartha: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Lord Chaitanya gave us the highest thing. Pancham Purushartha is Krishna Prema, the process of bhakti. As Prabhupada is mentioning, bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness is even higher than liberation. Muktanam api siddhanam Narayana Parayana Sudurlabha Prashantatma Koteshvapi Mahamuni. Out of thousands and thousands of people who aspire for liberation, who get liberation, and out of millions and who get siddhis, how many of us know people who have attained liberation or who have attained siddhis? Out of 7 billion or 8 billion population in the world, maybe a handful. Out of thousands and thousands of those, Narayana Parayana devotee, Prashantatma devotee like Prahlad is very, very rare, a pure devotee. So that means that bhakti is much, much higher than even liberation. So we have received something very, very high. Something we are very, very fortunate and blessed actually. All we have to do is to always value what we have received and not let the focus of our life as just making more money, just more sense gratification. Well, we have been doing that for millions of lifetimes actually. But in this lifetime we have been fortunate by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and his wonderful parampara to receive the highest, the Pancham Purushartha. We have the medium to get to that, and we are trying. All we have to do is continue to keep it a priority. Anyone else has any other comments or questions? Okay.
So that was very nice verse recited by you. There are 90 million demigods and 70 million sages who are called Narayana, devotees of Lord Narayana, and among them only a few are called Narayana Parayana. I was just remembering that. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, would someone like to read who didn't read yesterday?
Yes, I can read those.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna devotee. Text 19. Tata enam guru gnatva gyatas gneya chatustayam daitendram darsayam yamasa matrumristam alankritam. Translation and purport by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After some time, the teachers Sanda and Amarka thought that Prahlad Maharaj was sufficiently educated in the diplomatic affair of pacifying the public leaders, appeasing them by giving them lucrative posts, dividing and ruling over them, and punishing them in cases of disobedience. Then one day, after Prahlad's mother and personally washed the boy and dressed him nicely with sufficient ornaments, they presented him before his father. Purport. It is essential for a student who is going to be a ruler or king to learn the 4 diplomatic principles. There is always rivalry between a king and his citizens. Therefore, when a citizen agitates the public against the king, the duty of the king is to call him and try to pacify him with sweet words, saying, "You are very important in the state. Why should you disturb the public with some new cause for agitation?" If the citizen is not pacified, the king should then offer him some lucrative post as a governor or minister. One second question. Yeah. Any post that draws a high salary so that he may be agreeable. If the enemy still goes on agitating the public, the king should try to create dissension in the enemy's camp. But if he still continues, the king should employ a argumentum ad baculum, sore punishment, by putting him in jail or placing him before a firing square. The teachers appointed by Hiranyakashipu taught Prahlad Maharaj how to be a diplomat so that he could rule over the citizens very nicely. Going back to you, I am getting a call. Thank you, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So, Prahlad Maharaj was nicely trained by his so-called teachers, Sanda and Amarka. And the subject of their training was completely materialistic knowledge. As we already discussed, how to enjoy more, how to rule over others, how to rule the kingdom. Their subject was not moksha or pancham purushartha bhakti. And that's what is pretty much happening nowadays. And therefore Prabhupada didn't like the modern school system, because on the name of secularism, on the name of open-mindedness, they teach everything but about God. What to speak of, they say don't take the word God also nowadays on the name of secularism. And it's the culture is going in the southern direction very badly. Like maybe when I was a student in my 20 years back, I think there was still some form of prayer and things like that, but now it's rapidly decreasing. And before that, we used to read Ramayana and Mahabharata in school, but nowadays, especially in America, they can't even say the word God to the kids in a public school. That's how the culture is very, very demoniac actually. All the education is based on to artha and kama, how to enjoy more, how to earn more. That is the only focus of education. But the real education is Krishna consciousness. If one is Krishna conscious, rest everything will fall in place. So Sanda and Amarka brought Prahlad back. So almost 1 year had passed. You remember the first meeting when Prahlad Maharaj spoke that verse? Tat sadhu manye asurvarya dehinam. And then as a result, Hiranyakashipu said, go, take him, teach him something nice. So almost 1 year had passed, and Prahlad comes back home. And his mother, Kayadu, bathes him very, very nicely, because, as Radha Maharaj was saying, in Gurukul, it's tough life. It's, so the way a mother would pamper the child, no one else can pamper. And the mother was very affectionate towards the child. So personally, giving him a nice bath, nice dress, putting nice ornaments, and brings him to the father. So, His Grace Amrinder Prabhu was giving a nice class, and I was hearing this, that Radharani is like mother. Mother is more affectionate towards the child. Father is always harsh. Of course, we're not extending this analogy, we are just talking about mother, father, and child. So the father, we are not sometimes fit to go directly to the father. But the mother takes the little baby and cleans him. The baby, let's say, has soiled his whatever nappies and whatever. Then the father says, oh mother, you take care of him. Too dirty. I can't touch him. I'm too busy. You attend him. And the mother, very, very gentle, loving, kind, will clean the child, will give a nice bath and put nice tilak and nice ornaments and say, hey father, now you take care of him. And the father would lovingly put the baby in his lap. The same as Krishna. We are too dirty to even directly approach Krishna. So when we approach Srimati Radharani, she is more merciful. Very, very merciful. The mother helps us in the cleansing process so Krishna can accept us. The father can accept. And Lord Chaitanya is even more merciful. And Prabhupada is even more merciful. And our Guru Vak is even more merciful. So let's see the wonderful movement we have. So let's see what happens when the mother presented the child to the father, Hiranyakashipu. Any other comments or questions?
Hare Krishna, this is Bhadra. Dandvat Prabhus, everybody. I just joined in, but the here in the translation is the Igyata Gyeya Chatushtayam, means it's already translated the four subjects, which is you had already mentioned, Samadana, Ved and Danda. These are so they were saying that Sanda and Amarka is saying that he has already learned these four methods of the Samadana, Ved and Danda, and then now they are thinking that way. So now, of course, we go further up there. Mother will bring to Hiranyakashipu, to Prahlad Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Would someone like to read next verse?
Hare Krishna. Okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead. I will.
Mataji. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Text 20. Padayo patitam balam pratinindya ashisha asuraha parish vajyachiram dorbyam paramam apanirvritam. Translation by His Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When Hiranyakashipu saw that his child had fallen at his feet and was on obeisances as an affectionate father, he immediately began showering blessings upon the child and embraced him with both arms. A father naturally feels happy to embrace his son, and Hiranyakashipu became very happy in this way. Thank you, Prabhuji. Back to you.
Thank you, Mataji. So Hiranyakashipu fell at the feet of his father, offering obeisance. Prahlad Maharaj fell at the feet of his father. Prahlad Maharaj, being a Paramahamsa devotee, did not think, oh, my father is demon. Why should I fall at the feet of his father and he should fall at my feet? Right? Which actually, from a spiritual understanding, that's true. But Prahlad Maharaj, a devotee, never thinks that others should fall at my feet. Prahlad Maharaj is showing the lessons of humility. And there is senior in multiple ways. Senior by age, senior by bhakti, senior by quality, senior by attachment to Krishna, senior by post. Senior by multiple aspects. The safest way is that we consider everyone as senior. And that's what we actually read. That's why we call everyone Prabhu. If we are saying others as Prabhu, that means we are considering him or her as superior. Then why should we expect that others should say to me first, then I will only talk to them? Prahlad Maharaj didn't think like that. Prahlad Maharaj didn't think that earlier my father kindness was upset with me. He did his best. He never harbored any ill feelings towards his father or his teachers, Sanda and Amarka. He was always exemplary. And as a child, it is the duty of the child to offer respects to elders. And Prahlad Maharaj is showing. Sometimes, they think if I touch his feet, I'll get this karma and that karma and all that. Should I? He's not a devotee, this, that. Someone asked this question to His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj gave a very nice answer. Maharaj said there would be more problems or more challenges in not offering obeisance than offering obeisance. So we can choose what we want to do. In short, we must offer to our elders, who could be elder in any way, parents, elders, etc. This is what Prahlad Maharaj is showing by his example. Krishna used to do. Krishna used to carry the sandal of his father, Nand Maharaj. Lord Ram used to do. Any example we take, this is very common quality. It is the duty of the children to follow the feet of the elders. And naturally blessings pour. Even the father who was not very happy with Prahlad, now he is embracing him with a lot of love. That's the natural affection of the father towards the child. So let's see what happens when Hiranyakashipu was very happy to see his son nicely dressed, nicely offering obeisance, and he has come after almost a year. So let's see what happens next. Would someone like to read text 21?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam to everyone. Text 21. Aropayankam avagraya murdani asru kalambuvi ashincham vikashad vakatram idam aha yudhishthira. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Narada Muni continued, My dear King Yudhishthira, Hiranyakashipu seated Prahlad Maharaja on his lap and began smelling his head, with affectionate tears gliding down from his eyes and moistening the child's smiling face. He spoke to his son as follows. Purport. If a child or disciple falls at the feet of the father or spiritual master, the superior responds by smelling the head of the subordinate. So here, how Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlad Maharaja, is happy, as that was stating Narada Muni to Yudhishthira, and he is very happy and seeing his son and in his lap. And the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that when child shows his respect and falls to the feet of their father, the father gets very much affectionate, as well as the disciple. When a spiritual master always also responds to his disciple by touching their head, I think, of the disciple. Back to you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Blessings of Vaishnava are very, very potent. I shared that today in the quotes. I remembered this, that if we bow down with humility, blessings naturally outpour from the spiritual master, from the elders, parents, relatives, etc. So we must do this. It is very, very important. It is not a detail, it is an essential. It is, in Hindi they say the faldar vriksh jhuk jate hain. Those who bow down, those who take a humble position, blessings naturally outpour. When the strong winds come, those who bow down, they can sustain those strong winds of material life. But those who don't bend, they are uprooted. As soon as Radha Govind Maharaj was explaining that smelling the head leads to good health and life for the child or the disciple. So he was mentioning that in his lecture. So therefore Hiranyakashipu is doing this out of lot of that Vatsalya rasa. Imagine if your child is you're meeting after 1 year, how much love the mother and the father would have towards the child, especially when viraha leads to when after the viraha there is union. Viraha means separation. After separation, when there is union, that has more joy. And I see that actually. My elder brother is with my parents all the time, but when I go to India, and then everything, like my mother wants to cook what I like, and she's waiting on the door when I'm about to come. Although the other son is there, he is better than me in every aspect, but since I'm coming after a long time, then she has lot of more love, which is I can say it must be true with everyone, for those who have kids or those who have parents in every way. So that separation, after the union after the separation is more appreciated. So there's more love in Hiranyakashipu, affectionate tears gliding. Imagine, this is Hiranyakashipu, affectionate tears gliding from his eyes. So, lot of love. But let's see what happens next. What did Hiranyakashipu tell him? Would someone like to read?
Yeah, I can read.
Yes.
Hare Krishna devotees. Text 22. Hiranyakashipu vacha prahlad tanukshitam tata swaditam kinchit uttamam kalenatya vata yusman yat askisat guror bhavan. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hiranyakashipu said, "My dear Prahlad, my dear son, O long-lived one, for so much time you have heard many things from your teachers. Now, please repeat to me whatever you think is the best of that knowledge." Purport. In this verse, Hiranyakashipu inquires from his son what he has learned from his guru. Prahlad Maharaj's gurus were of two kinds. Sanda and Amarka, the sons of Sukracharya, in the seminal disciplic succession, where the guru is appointed by his father. But his other guru was the exalted Narada Muni, who had instructed Prahlada when Prahlad was within the womb of his mother. Prahlad Maharaj responded to the inquiry of his father with the instructions he had received from his spiritual master Narada. Thus, there was again a difference of opinion between Prahlad Maharaj. Again, a difference of opinion because Prahlad Maharaj wanted to relate the best thing he had learned from his spiritual master, whereas Hiranyakashipu expected to hear about the politics and diplomacy Prahlad had learned from Sanda and Amarka. Now the dissension between the father and son became increasingly intense as Prahlad Maharaj began to say what he had learned from his guru Narada Muni. Hare Krishna. So Hiranyakashipu has Prahlad sitting on his lap, and now he's asking him, what has he been learning in school? Like we would ask our children. So here he's asking him, what has he learned in school from his teachers? But Prahlad Maharaj has two kinds of teachers. One for the material world, Sanda and Amarka, they're teaching him everything about sense gratification and how he should enjoy his life like his father and how he should rule the citizens and so on. But he also had another guru, a spiritual guru, an exalted Narada Muni, who had instructed Prahlad when he was in the womb of his mother. So Prahlad, already being very exalted for a young boy and always offering reverence to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, spoke about the instructions that the spiritual master Narada had had told him. So Hiranyakashipu, on hearing this, was incensed, became very angry, and we'll see what happens. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So, this is meeting number 2. If you remember, I mentioned to make a note when the first time Hiranyakashipu asked him, what do you consider good? The word used was sadhu manye. But here the word used is uttamam. What do you consider best? Uttamam. Uttamam is like good, better, best. Sadhu means good. Uttamam means the best. What is the best thing you have learned, my dear child? You are very, very learned, long lived. You have come after a long time. I'm sure you have learned a lot of things. Tell me the best thing you have learned. The best. So this is meeting number 2. Just to keep a note. So now the next verse is very, very important. And Prabhupada is giving a very elaborate purport. But at least we can read the verse and the translation today. And we will focus on memorizing this verse. So can someone read the verse and the translation? In the purport, it will take maybe 2-3 days for us to go through this, because Prabhupada is really pouring his heart in this purport, and more than 10 pages of purport. So let's go step by step. Today, let's read the verse.
Just one point. Look at the consciousness of Prahlad Maharaj here. When he is so absorbed in Krishna consciousness that he doesn't even, that means when he is in the school with his Sanda and Amarka and with all the students, his consciousness is just Krishna conscious, just focused. Ekeha Kuru Nandana, it says in Bhagavad Gita. So here we can see his consciousness here. Father is asking about what he learned from Sanda Amarka, and he's thinking, wait a minute, he's conscious. Oh, I learned from my Narada Muni. What about my teacher? What he has said? So his consciousness. That's what we can. And why in our lives, of course, we don't imitate him, but this gives his example that how the devotees are, the great exalted personalities are just focused on Krishna consciousness, and they are not diverted by so many other things goes on in the material world happens. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Would someone like to read the verse and the translation?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I can read.
Yeah, please read, Kirti Mataji. I read yesterday.
Text 23 and 24. Shri Prahlad Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam Iti Punsa Pirta Vishnu Bhakti Chenaiva Lakshana Kriyate Bhagavat Tatha Tanmane Dhit Uttamam. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prahlad Maharaja said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, forms, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastime of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as a pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Prahlad Maharaj is giving the best of the best thing, and Prabhupada is giving, really elaborating, which we will read in the next few days, very detailed purports. But this is a very, very important verse. Most of you may already know one of this or both of this, but if not, let's try to memorize this. This is a memory verse. This is very, very important. And this is the core of Krishna consciousness, the 9 processes of bhakti. So please try to repeat after me. You can repeat in the mute mode, or that means keep your phones on mute, but try to read aloud. That's very important, not just in the mind, but read aloud wherever you are. Shri Prahlad Uvacha. Shri Prahlad Uvacha. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Smaranam Padasevanam. Smaranam Padasevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu. Bhaktischena Navalakshana. Bhaktischena Navalakshana. Kriyate Bhagavati Yadha. Kriyate Bhagavati Yadha. Tanmanye adhitam uttamam. Tanmanye adhitam uttamam. So I hope most of you are clear with the words. Shri Prahlad Uvacha. Shri Prahlad said. Maharaj Prahlad said. Shravanam, hearing. Kirtanam, chanting. Kirti is to glorify Krishna through words is chanting. Vishnu, whom? Vishnu, unto Lord Vishnu, not anyone else, Prabhupada is clarifying. Smaranam, after hearing one should remember. Remembering. Padasevanam, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Archanam, worshipping the deity with Shodashupchar Puja, the 16 kinds of paraphernalia. We'll discuss that. What is that? Then Vandanam, offering prayers. Vandana. Vande Krishna. So Vandanam, that's the to offer prayers. Iti Pumsa. So what does the word Pumsa mean? Sorry, I missed that. Archanam, Vandanam. Archanam, Vandanam we covered. Dasyam. What is Dasyam? Becoming the servant. Sakhyam, becoming the friend. Atma Nivedanam, surrendering everything, one's complete self. Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pumsa, thus Pumsa Arpita, offered by devotee. Arpita means offer. To whom? Unto Lord Vishnu. Bhaktischena Navalakshanam. Nava means 9. These are the 9 lakshana or symptoms or processes of offering devotional service. These are all devotional services processes. Kriyate Bhagavati Adha. Kriyate means to do. Bhagavati, to whom? Unto the Supreme Lord. Directly or completely. Adha. Tat manye. Manye means manta hu, I consider that. Tat. Adhitam, learning. What kind of learning? Uttama learning. Topmost. Adhitam uttamam. So I encourage everyone to please repeat this verse 10-15 times. If you know the first one, try to learn the second one. First do the first one, text 23. It is really very important, and of course 24 flows with that. So if you already know, that's great. If you don't know, please try to memorize these verses, at least the first one. And if you know the first one, then do the second one also. And if you like, you can go back and do the 7.5.5 also, in case you missed that. That sadhu manya, that is also very important. So we will, any questions with the memorization part, or any? We're not going in detail what these different things mean. We will study one by one for next couple of days. Any questions or comments before we stop? Okay, is everyone inspired to learn this verse? If not already learned? Okay. Please try. Krishna will be very happy if you try. Okay, so we will stop here and continue tomorrow and see the ecstasy of pure devotee Srila Prabhupada in explaining these 9 processes of devotion to us. So we will do that tomorrow. Grantraj Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.